getting some good news in the form of Thomas Chabot back in the lineup tonight?
Yeah, it's good to have one of our top defensemen back. I think, I think he could really help, on our power play and 5-on-5. I just feel it gives us more depth. I think it gives us, a defensive core where we could play 6 guys and, balance the ice time a little better.
Can he bring a leadership role into the locker room as well?
Yes, for sure. I think he's one of the veteran players, and as I mentioned, I think before, I felt that we could have used a couple more players that have been around to help our young players grow and mature.
Against New Jersey, you said your team took a step backwards. How do you take a step forwards tonight?
Well, I think we just got to be prepared to compete. Play hard and play with a structure. I think it's really important that we execute better, clear our mind, make sure that we're ready to play at 6.
Coach, you're heading into 2024. You'll have 50 games left in the season. You talk about doing the right things. What are the right things? What does this team have to do better?
Well, I think it's obvious that areas that we need to improve, I think, is our special team, both penalty killing and power play. That's one area of focus. Number 2, I think we have to play better away from the puck. I think we got to understand, manage the game better, understand on the ice, for instance, when it's time to pressure, when it's not time to pressure, and play a little tighter in our defensive zone. I think we got to cut the number of goals against. We got to cut the number of scoring chances that we're giving from prime areas. As you become a better team defensively, I think that's how you win more hockey games on a regular basis.
Is part of that making better decisions then?
Yeah, making better decisions for sure. Players, have to read and react. I think they're not robot. I really believe the game of hockey is a lot of it is instincts, but you need to have a structure, and you need to understand when it's time to pressure and when it's time not to pressure, and make sure that you have position on your opponent.
Shane Pinto's got his locker back in the locker room. What can you tell us about his return?
Well, I think I don't know. I think the date sometime in January, but in the meantime, I think it's an opportunity for him to practice and make sure that he gets up to speed when you miss training camp and half a season. It's not an easy transition to get back into the lineup. So at least I think he'll have plenty of time to make sure his fitness level is at par, and hopefully get his timing too with the pucks, with some good practices with the team.
How are his spirits just being around the team again?
I think his spirit is good. I think he's a player that brings energy. I think, and they tell me that he's a player that has some excellent skills as well, and that could help the depth of our forwards.
Si j'ai bien compris, Chabot revient au jeu. Je sais que je l'avais dit en anglais, mais qu'est-ce que ça va apporter?
Bien, je pense qu'il apporte à notre équipe une profondeur à la défensive. Je pense qu'on va être capable d'utiliser plus 6 défenseurs. Aussi sur le jeu de puissance. C'est un excellent corps arrière pour notre jeu de puissance. Donc, il amène de la profondeur, il amène du leadership, il amène de l'expérience à notre brigade défensive. Puis, je pense que ça va aider notre équipe énormément.
C'est la fin de l'année, c'est des questions qui deviennent un peu usuelles, mais c'est quand même à propos. Vous avez connu une année complètement bizarre. Vous êtes arrivé sur la fin. Comment vous pouvez évaluer l'année qu'on vient de connaître avec les Sénateurs?
Bien, disons, depuis mon début ici, moi, j'ai arrivé au mois de décembre. Donc, je pense que l'aspect qu'on évalue, je pense qu'on a de bons joueurs. On a de jeunes joueurs qui doivent continuer, faire une progression dans leur développement, autant physique que mental. Je pense que c'est quelque chose qu'on travaille sur une base régulière. Mais je pense que c'est important de prendre un pas de l'avant avec notre niveau de confiance, avec notre niveau de performance.
Dernière question sur l'adversaire de ce soir. La dernière partie de l'année, on veut la gagner, celle-là?
Oui, c'est sûr qu'on a besoin, disons, tu l'as gagné. Donc, je pense que l'important, c'est de bien exécuter. Buffalo est une équipe qui a quand même beaucoup de rapidité, bonne offensive, mais c'est à nous de faire sûr qu'on joue bien sans la rondelle et qu'on marque lorsqu'on a des opportunités de marquer.
I'm back tonight finally. Obviously, kind of a tough stretch here the last, 2 months, 8, 9 weeks. So, I'm just excited to be back on the ice and playing with this group of guys.
What was the turning point to get you here?
It's just really the biggest thing. Obviously, I was off the ice for a while, and the biggest thing was really starting to skate again. And you know what? I've skated the last few days, and everything's went well. Tested every way possible to see if everything was all right, and everything's good to go. So obviously, I feel great on the ice, and just looking forward to play one last game this year.
How did it feel to be back on the ice at full speed in practice yesterday? Just kind of knowing that today was possible.
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, the morning skate the other day it's always quick, so you don't expect much out of it. But was really looking forward to the practice, on feeling, on seeing if you're. When you stay away from playing that long, I think the biggest thing is you're always scared you're going to be kind of not out of it, but kind of late on reaction and everything. And obviously, to be honest, I felt really good in practice yesterday. So that kind of gave me the hint that I was ready to play. Plus, obviously, seeing the doctors and everybody giving me the green light on depending how I felt and everything. So everything came along, and obviously looking forward to play here at home against the Sabres tonight.
Is there almost a helpless feeling knowing that the team's had some inconsistencies and you're not available to help out in any way?
Yeah, there's. It's like I said in my first injury this year. There's nothing worse. Whether, obviously, when the team's struggling, there's nothing worse of sitting up in the stands and seeing, because I know what goes down, and I know guys are in the room, and everybody puts their heart on the ice, and everybody wants to win. And when you're sitting up there and you see you're not getting the result you want, there's no worse feeling. You're just waiting for the guys, talking to the guys after games. Guys are frustrated, and you know what? It sucks. It's that simple. And obviously, when you get the chance to come back and be back in the lineup, it's just you just want to be out there. And whether the team's winning or losing, you just want to be there with the group with them.
Do you have to guard against doing too much or attempting to do too much tonight?
A little bit. Obviously, there's always a lot of excitement coming back, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's just going back and just playing hockey. It's that simple. And but obviously, the excitement's going to be there. It's always fun coming back, and on the 31st, on the even New Year, it's always a fun atmosphere. The building's going to be loud, and it's going to be fun to be part of.
What was the level of frustration when you go down for the second time? Was there a why me moment? Like, why again?
You know what? It's frustration, and obviously disappointments. I mean, we all know it's part of the game. It's part of any sport. We're not the only athletes that go through it. But yeah, no, it's just the timing of them. Obviously, you go through one rehab, play 2 games, feel great. You think you're back for good, and next thing you know, halfway through the second game, that happens. And you know what? It's hard, and most of it is hard mentally. I think you're just right back on the rehab program, on the guys keep on playing, and you're kind of back on your own schedule. So no, it's never easy, but I mean you just gotta put your mind to it and get in the right place and just put in the work and coming back here. And you know what? We're 4 weeks later, and I'm back on skating and back playing. So it's good.
Was it your knee or your knee? Would your skate got caught in a rut and the knee just kind of buckled a bit?
Yeah, so yeah, I was on the one leg and I caught a rut in the ice, and my leg hyperextended so much that caused my femur to hit my tibia and fractured it. So obviously I've had better injury feeling wise before, but you know, like I said, it's unlucky and it is what it is. But all you can do is just move past it and get into the rehab and get in the right headspace, and everything went well.
Over the last 3 games, the 2 wins and then the loss, what have you noticed that you'd like to maybe bring to the lineup tonight?
Yeah, you know what? It's at this point is we're trying to find, like you guys said, like consistency and playing the game that we know we can play every night. And Obviously, it can be hard at times. Everybody wants to win, and it's just bring the mood up. At the end of the day, we're here to play hockey games and win games. And what I do and what I bring to this locker room is what I'm going to bring tonight. And I think everybody needs support. The whole group together, sticking together, and bringing the guys back all to go out there and just play. That's it. Yeah.
There were some pretty major highs and some pretty low lows recently in 2023. How would you sum up the year for this organization and the team as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, I think you described it. There's been some highs and been some lows, and but at the end of the day, that's sports in general. And you know what? We're just looking forward to building and what's coming ahead of us. And you know what? We got a great group of guys here, a great group of guys that wants to do well, wants to win games for this city, for this organization, and that's all we can worry about. All we can control is what we go out there and do and play as best as we can. And as long as we do that as a group and we all get that on board and everybody together, then we're going to have success. I'm not worried about it.
How encouraging is it to hear that Thomas Chabot is going to be back tonight?
Yeah, it's gonna be great for us. Of course, his on ice play, but most importantly, you know, the leadership and what he brings, you know, off the ice, in the room, and on the bench.
Is it pretty good timing heading into not only the new year but a pretty difficult road trip after this game?
Yeah, it's you know, our only focus right now is on tonight, leaving a great effort and to finish the year and hopefully translate into the road trip.
Is this the ultimate test in being able to bounce back based on what happened last game?
I think so. I think with a team you know, in a similar position, who's you know, they played last night, went to overtime, and they want to kind of finish the year off right. So I think for us, it's going to be a good test, and to a team kind of in the same spot of you know, I'd say struggling a little bit, you know, both teams. So it's just both teams want to be able to finish off on the right note. So I know we're going to leave a great effort out there tonight and get the job done.
As we head into 2024, Coach talks about doing the right things on the ice. What are the right things? What do you guys have to do differently in the new year?
I think game management and just the little things that you know, winning teams do. I think it's just the habits. You know, practice, game. It's you know, winning teams. The teams that win the cup, they do it right every single day, and I think we've shown that we could do it, and we just need to do it in a more consistent fashion. And yeah, no, I think what's good about our group is that we have the capability to do that.
Brady, the other day we saw the PWHL players drop the puck. I noticed you hugged Jinsey. Do you know her from before?
Yeah, so it's actually kind of, we go way back. It's, you know, Jinsey played on my brother's team growing up, and we just got to know the Dunn family. I played with her younger brother Josh, who's a part of the Columbus organization. So you know, our families know each other, and yeah, kind of a small world. That you know, she's here in Ottawa, and you know, been able to see her you know, a couple times with wife Emma, and be able to, you know, kind of see her again after all those years is you know, pretty cool. And I had no clue that she got the A until you know, kind of stepped on this. You know, it's pretty awesome to see. So, but yeah, it's you know, a small world, and our families you know, kind of know each other for, you know, a lot of years now.
How have you helped her acclimate to Ottawa and life here?
Yeah, no, she just I think found out she was coming here, she, you know, just texted you know, any recommendations for, you know, living areas to live kind of by the rink and different stuff like that, and yeah, just tried to, you know, help her out in those types of things, and yeah, it's great to see, and it's you know, of course it's going to be great for the city of Ottawa to have him here, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Did you ever play with her at all?
I think I played one game with, you know, my brother's team, and you know, she
called up.
yeah, and I forgot my sticks too for that game. So yeah, it was a debacle, but yeah, I was riding pine pretty much the whole game, but no, it was just fun to be with them.
How old were you roughly?
Well, I have no clue. I think I was like
U16, was it?
no, that's a little. I think I was like 12 and they were 14, so it was a little bit of a stretch for me to be playing in that game.
Do you remember at all what she was like as a player?
Yeah, she was really good. She ran that power play unit. I remember growing up, and yeah, just always you know, smart with the puck, made you know, great plays, and yeah, they had a really good team for I think they're 3 or 4 years. So they're probably one of, I think, top 5 in the country. So it's pretty always fun to watch them play.